It's my first day in Sydney and I had to start it by coming on a run and seeing the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the skyline of Sydney. It's obviously my first time in Australia, first time seeing this. I did see the Opera House as we were landing yesterday. I saw it out one of the far windows. So yeah, today I'm going to explore. It's supposed to rain, but I'm just trying to take it all in whilst it's not raining. It's so humid, I feel so sticky. I mean, I have been running, but it is so humid. But that skyline is gorgeous, and the Harbour Bridge. So yeah, I'm gonna try and find some food, maybe go test out the supermarkets, and yeah, start my day. But I can't believe I went for a run at 6 a.m. Who is this? I've been here for less than 12 hours and I understand why people want to move to Australia, because it's incredible. It's so, everything's amazing here. Something I'm gonna have to get used to, the hills. It's pretty hilly, maybe it's just North Sydney, but it's quite hilly here. So I did a run, it ended up being about just over 2k, so really not very much. But it was really hilly and humid. And I think my legs like swelled on the flight. I know you're supposed to wear compression socks, and I did have them with me, but I didn't wear them just because the way everything happened, I think I kind of just forgot. So yeah, my legs aren't in a great state, so I'm just trying to walk it all out. When I was in year 4, we did a topic on Australia, so we just learned about Australia, history, culture, landmarks, and all I remember was Sydney Harbour Bridge, Sydney Opera House. And ever since then, I've been a bit obsessed with the idea of going to Australia, and now I'm here. Like, my brain can't comprehend. I'm actually in Sydney, looking at the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House. Mad. I'm actually really struggling to process the fact I'm in Australia and I can see the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Sydney Opera House. Mind is blown. It's so nice. It's really quiet. I mean, I know it's only like 7 a.m, but I know Australia is like an early country. I think everyone wakes up at like 5 a.m and goes running. So, well, in Sydney anyway. But yeah, it's incredible. I'm gonna move here. Actually, after that 46-hour flight, yeah, not a chance. But do you know what? I get why people move here, because it's incredible. I mean, also it's summer, so like, okay, rose tinted glasses, but I also imagine it doesn't snow in Sydney, so yeah, wow. I'm just walking up from the harbour. I found a nice place for brunch, so I'm gonna go there, and I'm so hungry. I haven't really had a meal for probably about, I don't really know how long, a long time. I did get complimentary olives and orange juice on the Jetstar flight. Like, the woman came over, was like, oh, you've got like a $10 voucher, get whatever you want. And I was like, I don't want anything sweet. And I didn't really want to get water, so I was like, orange juice. And then I was like, olives? So I had some like garlicky olives on the plane, which, I mean, had worse plane food, but yeah, I felt a little bit weird. But yeah, I had that and a yogurt at Adelaide Airport. But then, yeah, didn't get anything when I got to Sydney, so I am absolutely starving. I'm at the North Sydney Oval, it's just behind me there. I decided to go collect my accreditation, but the booth doesn't open until 9, so I've got about half an hour, which, I mean, the fact I'm awake before 9, I'm confused, but yeah, so I think this is St Leonard's Park, so I'm going to walk around here and just shake the legs, because honestly they feel awful. Yeah, it's still very hot and no rain. I'm just waiting outside North Sydney Oval. There are a couple of people outside who are the accreditation people, but they've been locked out, so they're going around a different way, and then we'll come in and I can get my accreditation. So yeah, slight delay, but I mean, I've got plenty of time, so it is all good. And it's not raining yet. It was supposed to apparently lightning all day. Absolute nonsense, because it's nice and warm and there's no rain yet. I didn't think this through, and it doesn't really fit in my pouch, but I've got my accreditation. So the next mission of the day is to go to a supermarket and just get some snacks and food and stuff because I don't want to eat out the whole time because A, that's expensive, and B, sometimes you just want a supermarket sandwich. I know they don't have meal deals here, which is a problem, sort that out. But I'm going to go to Woolworths. Now, I've been told it's not the same Woolworths as the one that closed down in the UK in 2009 because even though I was like 5, I remember Woolworths, and I would love to go again. So yeah, this is somewhat of a trip back to Woolworths, but it's not the same. I also think they call it Woolies, so yeah. Also, I've noticed my internal monologue is now in an Australian accent. So whenever I imagine having a conversation with someone, it's all in an Australian accent, even though when I speak, it's all in my English accent. So, I mean, I hope I don't get an Aussie accent, not because I don't like it, but because I don't want to be that person that goes to Australia for like 4 weeks and gets an Aussie accent. It's made me laugh because I've been asked for directions by people 3 times already, and I've been here for like, I've been out and about for about 3 hours. But yeah, it's funny because people ask me and I'm like, I actually have no idea. I've been here for not very long, so I've no idea. But yeah, there was a couple that just stopped me and asked me, oh, is this street? And I was like, I have no idea. And as soon as I said I have, like, the guy was like, oh, you're not Australian. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not local. No idea where I'm going. But yeah, it's quite nice because then people ask why are you here, what are you doing? So it's nice to chat to people, spreading the word about the Women's Ashes. But yeah, need to find Woolies. My other big observation so far is, why does it take so long to cross the road? Like, the traffic lights take so long. I love the noise that it makes, but also when you cross, it gives you about 10 seconds to cross the road. But like, if it's a big road, how am I supposed to run across it? I don't understand. So yeah, I think I've spent quite a lot of time just stood at traffic lights, which I do anyway, but about 2 times the amount of time here. I'm just getting my bearings, but I think I drove past here yesterday night when I was coming from the airport, so I kind of know where I am now. I've got the goods from Woolies. I ended up getting a lot of sun cream. There was a deal on, so I was like, hey, need more sun cream. Some cereal bars, nothing that interesting. Some electrolytes because I'm dehydrated. Yeah, I'd say nothing exciting. One of the reasons I actually got sun cream is I basically realised I'm going to have to pay to put my bags in the hold, because like on all my internal flights, which I wanted to avoid doing, but yesterday when I was checking in for my flight from Adelaide to Sydney, the woman was like, oh, we do weigh the bags, and I weighed mine and they were really over. You're supposed to have 7 kilograms of like handheld, and because of my rucksack having my laptop in and stuff, I was just like, you know what, I don't want to get charged, like, okay, even if they don't check, whatever, but I want the peace of mind. So it's only, I think, $20 or something like that. Maybe it's like $40, £20. So it's not horrific, it's just an annoying cost, but it is what it is. And yeah, it means I have to load my suitcases everywhere, and it means I can like balance stuff out and take more stuff. So okay, it's a good thing in the end, but it was just a slight annoyance. This is behind the scenes of making the vlog, so I'm just trying to edit now and upload. It's taking a long time to upload. I forgot how long these things take. The last time I did this was Paris. But yeah, I'm gonna sort this, and then it did bucket it down for about half an hour. So I'm gonna try and time my run well and get to the metro and then head into the centre. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to get some lunch at some point, but yeah, I'll maybe go to a museum if it's raining. I've spent a couple of hours editing, sorting stuff out, doing a bit of admin whilst it poured down with rain. And then I started feeling a bit tired, and I was like, why am I feeling tired? Jet lag doesn't exist. So I've decided to go and explore and stop feeling tired. So I hope this works. With that, I don't feel that bad. It's more, I'd like a nap, but no, we're not gonna nap. I've spotted my first bin chicken of the trip. This feels like a very significant moment. I'm now in the centre, so I'm just in, I think it's the Botanic Gardens, and I just saw a bin chicken, which, I mean, I'm more excited than seeing a kangaroo. It's all about the bin chickens, so I'm very glad I saw one of them. Very appropriately stood by bin. So yeah, it's turned into a glorious day. It said thunder and lightning the whole day, but that was absolute nonsense because it's absolutely beautiful, and this gardens is lovely. I mean, I love Botanic Gardens, but this is exquisite, and it was free. I've definitely had worse Fridays. I mean, I should have bought my sunglasses because I can barely see anything, but I left them at the Airbnb. But wow. Also, the Sydney Opera House, it's pretty big. I did want to go and see something there, but I'm not sure if it will quite work out, which is a shame, but I will try. I'll try. I'm gonna go try and find some lunch because I'm a bit hungry, but this place is so lovely. And the Botanic Gardens, I reckon if I get lunch, I'll bring it in here because it is so nice. Got the Sydney Opera House, just perfect. This walk is really nice because you get to see the skyline and the Opera House and the bridge, and it's so lovely. I also noticed there's like an open air cinema down there. I don't know whether it will be open tonight because of the weather that's due. There's supposed to be lightning, although there's supposed to be lightning all day and there's been none, so I don't know. I think the weather apps are wrong, but I love it here. I love it so much, and you know what? I'm so glad it lived up to my expectations because I think I mentioned earlier in today's video, I've thought of this since year 4, so I was like 8 years old. So yeah, I mean 12 years later, it's as good as I thought it was always going to be. Something I haven't actually given much thought to are the animals, and it only reminded me because I just looked at the water and I thought, pretty sure that's infested with sharks. Like, you can't swim in the harbour bridge, probably because of pollution, but also because there are sharks. And I just forgotten about sharks, crocodiles, I thought about kangaroos, spiders and snakes. Didn't really think much of it. I thought about snakes, like, oh, should I look at pictures to see which ones are poisonous? But I mean, if I get bitten by a snake, poisonous or not, I'm not going to be buzzing. So yeah, I haven't thought of that. So if I do see a big spider, I'm not sure what I'm going to do because I can't even deal with like the daddy long legs. So yeah, but I won't be swimming in shark infested waters. I do want to go to Bondi. That might be on the cards for tomorrow afternoon if it's not pouring down with rain. Yes, I do want to go to Bondi. It's a few hours later and I think this is called Hyde Park. I could be wrong. I think it had a familiar name, so I think it's Hyde Park. And there's some sort of cathedral behind me. Yeah, I just went to Uniqlo. Every time I see a Uniqlo, I just have to take a little visit. I also went and got like this toasted sandwich, which was very good. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit tired, I'll be honest. But it's like 3:30, 4, so I reckon I can just push through and get an early night and I'll be absolutely grand. I've also done about 30,000 steps, so that is probably why I'm also tired. Yeah, if anyone knows why after a long flight I've basically got like pain in like my calf and ankle. It feels kind of swollen, but I have no idea what it is, so that's fun. Also, I'm not gonna show my feet, but I got like Birkenstocks, but my feet are absolutely killing, and I got blisters. So the only reason I wore them is because I was like, if it rains, then at least my shoes don't get wet. But it hasn't rained, and it, as you can tell, is glorious and sunny. And I hope it stays that way because I'm really enjoying that weather. I should have bought my sunglasses though and my cap because my eyes are like burning from the sun. So yeah, I found a bit of shade and I'm gonna relax and try not fall asleep in the middle of a park. You can probably hear the cathedral bells in the background. But I was trying to decide what to do because I was like, I don't really want to go back to the Airbnb because I feel like I want to explore, but my feet are kind of hurting and I don't know, I wasn't sure. But then I thought I could, because I'm staying in North Sydney, I could go on the ferry. So I could walk down back to by the Opera House and catch the ferry across, and then walk a little bit more and maybe get some stuff to make tea on the way back. I think that might be my plan of action because I really want to go on the ferries, and the ferries take you like anywhere. And it's probably a good way to see like the skyline and more of around the Opera House area. So I think that's what I'll probably do. I'm a big fan of the ferries. Just takes you across, and again, great views and really quick. Yeah, I can recommend because also it's cheap compared to if you got like an actual ferry tour or whatever. It's just like getting on the tube. So yeah, but way prettier and probably cheaper actually. Just round the corner from the ferry stop was the Olympic Park, so they've got a statue there. I think it's meant to be like the torch with the rings from the 2000 Olympics, so that's quite cool, and they've got a couple of different monuments and stuff here, so yeah, that's very nice. I feel like I've had the Sydney Harbour Bridge or Sydney Opera House in pretty much every clip of this video, but honestly, it's just incredible that landmark. It's just, I can't believe it. It's going to take me a while to process that I've seen it. I'm feeling quite tired now. I mean, I don't think it's even jet lag. I think it's also because I've done 33,000 steps today. Yeah, I got back in and had my tea, so I had a nice salad, and yeah, I also caught the sun, so I think that is contributing to the tiredness. But yeah, I want to try and hold out till at least 9 p.m. and then get a long sleep and hopefully do parkrun tomorrow. That's the plan. But yeah, no, the weather ended up being really good today. It was supposed to be like thunderstorms all day, but it rained once very briefly and then it was good. So yeah, I just need to sort all my stuff out. I just paid to put all my bags on all the flights so I can take everything with me, but that means I need to sort the bags out and spread stuff out a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. I was going to go and watch the sunset, but I think I'm a bit too tired and I might do that tomorrow instead. I'm going to end the video here for today. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm going to get some sleep, and tomorrow there's the press conference for the captains. So I'll be going to that, and I want to go to the beach. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, we've definitely got the presser, which is at 1. And then we'll see what else happens throughout the day.